It is time to shake things up in the WWE heading into 2025. We've had drafts, we've had draft lotteries, we've had superstar shake-ups, but now we're getting people moving rosters via the transfer window. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling. And what more do we need than a transfer window when we already have everybody on the current WWE roster free to move brands with no restrictions?
Absolutely, it's like football. NXT is like Harry Redknapp wheeling and dealing. Then you've got SmackDown, who's like a mid-table club. Then you've got Netflix, which is feeling like Manchester City. PSG, a team with buckets of money. Why wouldn't anyone want to go to Netflix, though? See this whole open transfer window that we've got running here? It's absolutely ridiculous, I feel like. Do you not think so?
Explain.
Well, because, right, why wouldn't everyone want to just move to Netflix? Why would anyone want to stay in NXT? Oh, my name's Trick Williams and my name's Ethan Page and I've been in AEW and I've already been a 2-time NXT World Champion. Why the fuck wouldn't I want to go to Netflix?
Yeah, why wouldn't these guys want to go to Netflix in the upcoming transfer window? Maybe because they don't get to decide. Maybe it's the GMs that get to pick and choose who goes where.
Is it? Because Michael Cole didn't fucking do a good job explaining that on SmackDown.
Well, what did Michael Cole explain? This is what he explained. So, he says, quote, because of this transfer window that is now open, we heard earlier today that with Raw moving to Netflix on January 6th, and of course, SmackDown kicking off a new year, January 3rd, we expect major changes on SmackDown as well. We understand that the NXT, the Raw, and SmackDown general managers are all working together to move some of our superstars around to other shows. End of quote. So Michael Cole clearly stating that the NXT, Raw, and SmackDown general managers are the ones working with each other to try and secure the moves from shows to one superstar to another.
Well, you know what? That's even more retarded than what I actually went with. You know why? Because why, in the name of all that's holy, is Nick Aldis going to agree to move like Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes for like a straight swap with Gunther and like Finn Balor? Come on, hit me with it, man. Hit me with the reasoning. There is no reason. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Because we all know that's happening. Anyone worth a damn's on Netflix. So therefore, why would Nick Aldis agree to that? The stupid dumb bastard that he is.
I
need a drink.
So you think it should just be some sort of random lottery?
No. What it should be is that everyone's eligible, and it's like the 2002 draft, where, here, I get number 1 pick, you get number 2 pick.
Yeah, but they just done that not that long ago.
And who remembers it? I couldn't even tell you who was the
Well, that's
first
because
pick.
barely anybody changed. Well, not remember like CM Punk.
Barely anyone tuned
Not
in.
remember Drew McIntyre was like fourth. It was the 4th round pick.
And they were picking people like the locker room leader, like Bailey, number 1.
Aye, all that woke shit where they pick these people that are
I know,
bums.
but that's why it doesn't work, right? Because you're right, because see if they did do that in January, well, they wouldn't do it in January 6th, but say they did, Netflix begins, right? This whole new audience, like 20 billion people watching. I pick Naomi as number 1 draft pick.
Yeah, who's picking Naomi? Absolutely nobody. Look at the Ric Flair and look at the McMahon draft. They picked all the top guys first. I mean, McMahon almost had a stroke. He laughed his ass off when Ric Flair picked Lita 10th. In McMahon's own words, he thought Ric Flair was wasting a pick by doing that. But you look at that draft, and they were either picking the top stars or they were picking the people with championships. But now that just doesn't happen in WWE. It's like they have to pick a woman in the first round, and then they have to pick a tag team. And then if one person picks a faction, the other group's going to pick a different faction with like the same amount of people to try and keep things even. Just really fucking lame. And I just don't get it. We already have no restrictions in place. You're free to move from Raw to SmackDown. At this point, we don't even know who's on Raw and we don't even know who's on SmackDown. It's not like when CM Punk wanted to go and help Roman Reigns. Did he have to apply for a blue visa or something just to get to SmackDown? No, he just showed up. So why can't Roman Reigns just show up on Raw? Why didn't he have this stupid draft, this stupid lottery shit? It doesn't make any sense.
No, you're right.
The brand split's dead. I said the brand split was dead 1 week into it.
And you know what, though? You're right. I think they will have to break the brand split rules like they have done to keep SmackDown alive, because SmackDown will die.
Yeah, I mean, they ain't gonna. I guarantee you. See, if Raw, Netflix wants Roman Reigns, it wants CM Punk, it wants Cody Rhodes. Are you telling me the USA Network's going to be all right? I don't give us any of those free. Honestly, man, I tell you what, right? Raw might be the home of those guys, but I still think we'll see them appear on SmackDown. There's just not enough stars nowadays to have a brand split. No. It made sense in 2002. Look at the roster; it was stacked, and no doubt about it. See if WWE didn't do a brand split in 2002, it would have severely hurt WWE in the Ruthless Aggression era, because they would not have had the time to allocate to the mid-carders and the up-and-coming guys. You wouldn't have been able to create guys like Cena, Batista, Orton, because they just would not have got the time that they did if it was just the same roster on both shows.
You know what I would do if I was Triple H, right? I would release like 70% of the roster and go back to what it was pre-2002, where the roster just, wrestled two nights a week on Raw and SmackDown, and everyone was on both brands, because there was no brands, it was just two shows. That's what I would do. How much better would that be? But see the chances of trying to get these shiftless bastards to work 2 shows a week. Oh, but Triple H, he gives us time off to be with our families, and so I can go home and be with my cats, and fucking slap the head off all of them, man. They've got no work ethic whatsoever.
NXT should be for development people, right? It shouldn't be for people that are on NXT for 3-4 years, and it shouldn't be for people that have worked in the indies for a decade and then come to WWE.
Well, Cody Rhodes' best friends.
To learn the style, right? NXT for me should just be the green guys, the people that are up and coming. See, Julia shouldn't be on NXT. See if she's that good. And I do think she's an improvement on half the women on the main. She should be straight up.
Yep.
Same with Stephanie Fakir. Look at Roxanne Perez. She's had her time, man. Get her up. What are they waiting for? Move her on up. It makes no sense to me, right? Trick Williams, he's had his little run.
Cora Jade as well. Why bring her back at the end of November, not just hold her off to like Netflix or the Rumble? It's people like that. I just don't get it. You're right. See this persistence with NXT. Oh, NXT, it's not developmental. Why not make it developmental? It's a glorified OVW.
Honestly, yeah, that's exactly what it is. And see if they
without the actual guys.
See if they actually turned over the roster more and they promoted people quicker. Raw and SmackDown wouldn't feel so stale. I would give people like 6 months to make a name for themselves on Raw and Smack, and see if they haven't done it. Just get them out and get rid of people.
But that's the problem, though, because they keep everyone with one big happy family. The rosters are bloated like fuck, and because they don't get rid of anyone, it's harder to call people up because the rosters are bloated.
It should be a conveyor belt.
Yep.
Where you're on NXT for like a year, 18 months at the most, and then you're called up to the main roster. And see if you're on SmackDown and Raw. See if you're not delivering great promos. See if you're not putting on great matches. See if you're not bringing in the numbers on social media. See if your quarters are tanking in the ratings. Then your numbers should be up. And it should be, you've been future endeavoured. Goodbye. This person's coming up for NXT to replace you. But these people on the main roster know they're not getting replaced. They're probably looking... See the women? They're probably looking at Julia and Stephanie Fakir and going, it's going to be about 2 years at least until they come up.
Yeah, I know.
So I'm safe. I've got my wee spot. I'm safe.
I'm safe.
But look at how Triple H drags out feuds now for like years. So obviously you're not going to get people getting released in like 6 months. But back in the day, man, it was sink or swim. And that's the way it should be. Seeing Raw and SmackDown, man, you shouldn't be getting 2-3 years to stink the joint out in the mid-card.
Yep. I totally agree. And it's a mess. It's just a mess, man. And fucking wrestling sucks, doesn't
like
it,
Shayna Baszler, man, how's she still in a job?
Yep.
Oh, Pure Fusion Collective, get them to fuck. Honestly, man, get them out. You look at all these, another 2 people, right? How Humberto Carrillo and Angel Garza, how are they still there? How are they hung on to jobs for this long? Honestly, stunk the joint out, man. Guys that just shouldn't be there.
No, but when we say release 3/4, that's not even an exaggeration. You easily could. You could lose half the belts and you could lose 3/4 of the wrestlers.
Honestly, man, you look at some of the people they keep, and then you look at some of the people they release, and it's like, why? What this person do?
No, it's ridiculous.
I mean, is Indy Hartwell really deserving released more than half the women on Raw and SmackDown? Absolutely not. I don't think Corbin deserves it, but you know what, man? Look at him, he'd been stale. He'd been there for been on the main roster for almost a decade. Or at least it felt that long.
8 years.
You know what I mean? It's sink or swim, man. If you're not good enough, then go. So we're getting this transfer window, but this would feel more important. This would feel bigger if there was legitimate rosters and nobody switched between brands. See that you get people just turning up on whatever show they want. See, I hate to say back in the day, man, but see back in the day, see when somebody turned up on a show that wasn't theirs, it felt groundbreaking. Yeah. You're like, what the hell is he doing here?
He's a Raw guy. What's he doing here? Now they just randomly appear and it's like, oh well, yeah, brilliant. And now we've got women mid-card belts just to make it even fucking worse.
And I get it, man. Raw wants the top stars. Why shouldn't it? But I just can't. How can the USA Network be happy? And look at the ratings SmackDown have been doing recently, right? They've been crap. So how much lower those ratings? I don't like Cody Rhodes, right? But he is, outside of Roman Reigns, he's the second biggest thing on SmackDown. If you move both of those guys from SmackDown to Raw, and you don't put Punk to SmackDown, which they're not, how's the SmackDown ratings not going to get worse?
No.
It looks like they're once again planning on making Raw the A show.
See with Cody Rhodes, so see if he took the belt off him, right, and he went into like a 3-month program with like some upper mid-carder, he'd lose any sort of magic / star power the guy's got. CM Punk's always going to have that. You know what I mean? Cody Rhodes is fucking shite. His clips draw like some of the lowest on SmackDown. His match against Carmelo Hayes got like 200,000 views.
Yeah, anyway guys, we'll see. I'm just not excited about it, you know. I would get more excited if there was an actual... See if you felt like they were going to stick to it. See if you felt like, after January, these rosters are locked in and that's it. I think you would feel more excited. You'd be like, I wonder who's going to end up in Raw, who's going to end up... But you know it doesn't mean shit, because see in a month's time, somebody's just going to show up and be like, guess what, I'm on SmackDown.
It's just brain dead, like, you just get Cole, right, in video package saying Roman Reigns, you know, he's on Mount Rushmore, he's, decorated champion, one of the longest reigns ever. So why in the fuck would Nick Aldis give him up then?
No, but see if they're being realistic, right? See if Nick Aldis trades Roman Reigns to Raw. He should be getting about 10, 15 guys back in return. Or it needs to be a straight swap like Reigns for Punk.
Yeah.
But you can almost imagine that they'll do some, Roman Reigns gets traded for Pure Fusion Collective. Like, what? Why? Roman Reigns is getting traded for... Name me somebody shite on Raw.
Karrion Kross.
Aye, I mean, why would that happen? It wouldn't. It just wouldn't. Remember back in the day, right? See if you went Fedor Long and you've got Gregory Helms. I like Gregory. I like the Hurricane Shane Helms. I like the guy. But see if you tried to trade him for Shawn Michaels. Eric Bischoff's hand would actually come out the screen. It would come out your TV 3D and slap you in the fucking face and going, "What? You know, how dare you make me an offer like that?" Do you remember back in the day though, those games like were realistic? If you made an offer like that, you'd get shot down.
Yeah, I know. And now you are. It's like you, but they force it down your throat. Like, round 1, round 2, and it's like they're picking absolute jobbers. It's a disgrace.
CM Punk sitting there, Drew McIntyre sitting there, man, and they're picking Naomi. You're like, what the fuck
and it boils down to the video that we made on that on Bailey being a locker room leader, man. We can't fucking string that together. They're just forcing jobbers down your throat. See when they try and make everyone feel special, no one feels special. The people who feel special are special, not these jobbers.
Aye, that's pretty much it.
Because, I mean, obviously they're picking
like also,
Naomi
Cena,
over women.
Cena.
Is he going to be there?
Well, he's full-time. Full-time, baby. John Cena's going to be working more dates than anybody else. He says he's taking a year off from the movies and he's giving it everything.
Doesn't work more dates than Fog Wrestling.
What?
It doesn't work more dates than us.
No, it does not. But, I mean, I'm assuming he's going to be a Netflix guy. But you tell me that he's not going to appear on SmackDown once? Are you telling me USA Network's not going to be like, here, we want some of that John Cena?
CW, we want some of that John Cena. You can't see me.
Exactly, John Cena. They'll probably give him some sort of free agent bullshit.
Yeah.
Oh, he's free to travel. Why don't they just do that with all the top guys? There's only a couple of them anyway. You know what I mean? What difference would it make? Anyway, guys, this draft lottery, it's dumb. It's absolutely dumb.
Even in a battle royal, here a winner gets free agent status. Challenge for whatever belts you want.
But just like, are USA going to? I just don't see how they don't complain. Like back in the day, you felt like WWE had enough stars to share. You know, they had enough stars to put on SmackDown, enough stars to put on Raw. But now it's like, I mean, if you're putting Reigns, Cena, and Punk, if they're all on Raw, are USA Network supposed to do handstands because they maybe get Gunther?
SmackDown's going under 1 million. You can just see it.
Aye.
See, once people quickly fucking realise that here, this show's got no one, it'll die.
It will die. Anyway, guys, we're going to end this video before your interest in it dies. Don't want to rant too much, but look, for me, these brand splits, lotteries, transfer windows, call them what you want. They've just been beaten to death now, and it's like, when they happen, it's like, you're lucky if they go 2 weeks without breaking it. I mean, honestly, you're lucky if you can go 2 weeks without somebody appearing on a show that they're not drafted to. So why should we care?
It's a yoke.
You know what I mean?
It's a joke.
Look at the NFL. This would be like someone getting drafted to the Kansas City Chiefs, but then on match day 3 they play for the Buffalo Bills. That just wouldn't happen. It wouldn't happen. So if you want to pretend this shit's real and that there's actual brands, then stop having people just, walk from A to B.
Andy Reid would be throwing the yellow flag down.
Exactly. Anyway, guys.
But we know Nick Aldis is going to agree to trading half his roster in, the good guys, for Pure Fusion Collective.
Here.
And he's going to have to sit there like the dumb
Do
bastard.
you think Nick Aldis and Adam Pearce could get traded?
Maybe.
Ava Rain? Think she could get a call up?
Aye. Well, that's another thing, man. We're going to Netflix. We need more than Adam Pearce.
He's already on Raw. Aye, well, I mean, we'll see.
We need more than him.
Bring Bischoff back, why not?
I know.
Get him to dye the hair again one more time.
Why not just hear Bischoff? Netflix is a big deal. We need you as GM till Mania.
But also, do you remember, like, they do these, like, the War Room thing, when they're doing the drafts?
It shows you like the TV company.
And they're trying to tell you that they've got the executives from USA Network and Fox, and they're picking back, in Fox are picking, like, Naomi over CM Punk, and we're supposed to believe this is the top people at Fox. Oh, look, they've got the stats, they're looking at the numbers. Look at the fucking numbers. CM Punk's $250,000, Naomi's quarter loses fucking hundreds of thousands.
It's funny though, because we do the numbers every week, and it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out who does well.
Yo, see if it was a real draft, right, man, and we were drafting for the Fog Network. I mean, we would know straight away who we want. I mean, we could write up our top 25 in less than 5 minutes.
Oh, aye.
Just based off numbers.
We don't need 25.
Yeah, we'd probably just say, right, we want to draft these 5 people, and then after that, there's nobody else worth drafting.
No, honestly, I would...
5-man show.
I would rather draft 10 people, and the other 15 be, like, straight up for NXT, rather than the pass-me rounds.
Create new stars.
Aye.
I think it's easier to create new stars for NXT than try to repackage some of these guys that have been on the main roster. I mean, look at Angel Garza and Humberto. Going fucking nowhere. Johnny Gargano, going nowhere.
Tag champs.
SmackDown's dead. Anyway, guys, that's it. Till next time. Peace.